that keeps the oil in the hub, because you have an inner and outer bearing in there.
So did I have a bad seal or bad?
This was probably starting to go bad, but most of your oil was brake fluid from a bad wheel cylinder. It's hard to tell because it gets so dusty. It mixes with dirt.
So this is the wheel cylinder?
Yep.
And that's what you replaced?
Yep, so far.
And was that a piece by itself? Part?
Yep. It bolts onto the back. You can get a picture of it on the back where the
Well, I took a picture of it before. So how much did that cost?
$12.
And that was the whole source of our problem?
Yeah.
And then these pistons were worn?
No, they were dirty. They
Oh.
were all filthy and oily, and it was brake fluid running right out onto them.
So you cleaned all this?
Everything's been cleaned. It was disgusting.
Yes.
And so far, the only new bolts I put on that have been cleaned. These right here, because you have to, this is your spider. Here's your anchor pin where your brake shoes pivot on right here. So these are all anti-seize and cleaned up. I buff everything up. That's put back on. This has to come off on this vehicle because you can't get to the line very well. You can't get to the bolts very well to pull the cylinder. You probably could do it, but it's nice to take it apart. This is all cleaned on the back and all clean the front. So this is your emergency brake lever.
Okay.
They go like this.
Okay, so those pivot on that spindle?
Right there. That's your anchor pin.
And you just put anti-seize on that?
Yep. All squeaks and brakes are always vibration. So if you can keep this stuff lubed up with anti-seize.
I see.
That's what all squeaks are always.
The Buick squeaks really bad.
Yeah, whatever you think it is, it always
After it's
actually
rained.
is. Let me see that picture now. Let's see where it touches what, and I'll anti-seize everything. So I gotta...
For reference, we took pictures of it before we disassembled it on the phone so that he could have it here with him to look back on disassembly, because it's been apart for a week. So sometimes you forget things. He's got all these parts here ready to go. It's a lot of little parts. Well, some things look like nails. So brake jobs can be very, very expensive, and it's because they put them together over and over. As you know, we're huge DIYers. We do all our brake jobs, but this is a heavy-duty Suburban, and it is actually a 3/4 Suburban, 3/4 ton Suburban on a 1-ton truck frame. So it is, by design, the heaviest Suburban you can get. To us, it's irreplaceable, so it's worth it. How much did those brake pads cost?
The whole job is like $95.
That's amazing. I appreciate you taking time to do this.
Okay. Yeah, that little flat piece that looks like a propeller. Nope. Okay, that goes right against there. So there's certain springs that get hung up. This long orange one. That goes like that. Just hang that like that. go up like that. That rod that's not a spring wraps around this anchor point, and then it reaches around. It's going to end up grabbing this one like this.
See your hand. Okay.
That's how that one's going to end up working. So it looks like we can actually put the front, maybe put the front one on right now. This sits in here like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then it catches this little deal. Mm-hmm. So when you put them on, you hold your finger back there, spin them with pliers, and then that little part sits in the little deep groove. So it looks like we can actually hang this one on. And that's our adjuster spring right there.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps it on the adjuster.
Aren't you slick?
Okay, that'll hold that up for me. And then this is what pulls your parking brake. This is what pushes this pad when you put your parking brakes on from the other side. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to anti-seize these grooves. That little deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
That's kind of pitted up.
Yeah. Clean it up. Shows the pits.
Michigan.
Okay.
Do you want me to hold that for you?
Looks like that little deal was on the inside. And I might have needed to put... No, I can still get it in. That little deal right there. I can still do it. nothing from the factory has anything like this on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just maybe a little coating.
Yeah. Tell me what you want. I'll help you. Well, I just want to show what you're doing. Those are always hard to put on. I guess they wouldn't stay in place if they weren't.
Right now it's dangerous. It could fly right off. Lose it. The danger is in losing it.
You put that plug in down there.
This plugs in for the rod.
Uh-huh. It's just sitting there.
So now, I'm trying to see if I can put this in yet. Because once I put that in, then I can hook this like this, like that, and then get this up. Oop.
I'm going to hold it the other way, actually.
Goes through there. This little spring goes here. Get all that in there. Not worry about this one right now. Pin through at the same time.
Gotta have lots of hands.
Oh, it's all falling apart.
Do you need to hold it? It's like a puzzle, but it has moving parts. They're moving on you.
Very weird setup.
looking much nicer. We're getting down on parts.
So we'll get these pretty close. It would take forever of backing up to ever get these. Because one turn is like 50 gears, you know.
I see. One day. Okay, he went through his adjuster and made it expand out.
That's right. To the same diameter as the drum. But the only reason we're using this, it shows no wear. The surface is nice.
So,
because your brakes weren't shot, they're just coated with oil. So we had to do everything else.
Your brake drum gets worn when your brake pad gets excessively worn?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it's metal on metal, it chews us all to bits and just ruins them.
And it's that whole cast everything?
This is all one piece of cast.
Okay.
They pour it, and then machine the surface and some other surfaces.
So if they're not too bad,
this is really nice.
You can get your brake drums turned, and I've heard of that plenty.
As long they mic it, they measure it. Then there's a number on the other side that says what the safest diameter is.
I see.
Maximum diameter for this to be reused is 13.09 inches.
I see.
And these are a 13-inch brake. These are a 13 by 3.5 inch brake. They're pretty big for a pickup.
Oh.
Your brake pads are 3.5 inches wide.
Yes.
Your brake pads are 3.5 inches wide and they're 13 inch in diameter.
Okay. And this whole brake pad is what, probably 12 and or 18 inches?
From here to here?
No, from here to here.
Oh. Each one of these is about 13 inches. So we'll clean these up with brake cleaner too.
Okay. I want to show you guys something. I found something the other day. This is the trunk of the Buick. Long time ago, I bought brakes to be able to do this. And we've got front and rear brakes for this that never got put on. And I hadn't realized all that needed done. So one day, I just was telling them, I'm going to take this apart. These are the brakes for the Buick. See that? That is like 9 inches, maybe. Probably like 1.5 inches, 2 inch wide. That's all the braking power you get. So the Buick is going to get a brake job one of these days. I have to sort this out, figure out what is what. So much more braking power for a bigger vehicle.
got a new seal in here, so we gotta put a little bit of oil on the seal, on the seal surface right here.
Okay.
The bearings are pre-lubed with gear lube. There. That's your, that seal felt real good.
Okay.
So the bearings are already in it. So this is your...
So you have to take the hub off to get to the brake shoes?
Yeah, well, to get them, well, you might be able to go around, but we did. It'd be very difficult.
Always, or just on this?
No, this is an odd deal. And then your axle shaft bolts here. This is a full floating rear end. You can pull the axle shaft right out without taking your tires or anything off. So then this is all cleaned. This goes up and pushes on your bearing. This threads on.
What about this little gasket?
It holds this in. So that little square key right there, that's what this is for.
Okay. Goes in sideways?
It goes right in here and fits in with one of these little cuts.
Yeah.
I put my bearings pretty tight on everything, and then it wears in, and then it just stops wearing, and then it just stays nice. So, what you got to do, probably will end up using that one. See, it's still turning just fine. I gotta keep checking. It feels really good. This is gonna be perfect. So then this slips in there, and it has this funny little clip. See this little clip? That goes on the threads. It's a really chintzy little deal, and this little notch goes in that same groove so it can't unthread.
I see.
Kind of cheap.
Yeah.
But they seem to work. So see that? That's super nice. Rolls perfect. It's tight. So then we have a new gasket. We'll put a new gasket on this, and I'll put the axle shaft in. And then after that, we might have to put the hub on first. Okay. Oh, yeah. You can come back out. I'll just keep working. So I'm going to put the hub on now. This all clean.
Okay. So we're running out of daylight here, but we had to take a break to take care of the baby. Well, I took a break to take care of the baby, and he continued. And the whole drum assembly, he got all that on, and we bled the brakes, and now he's putting...
I put the axle back in, axle shaft, with a new gasket right here.
Yeah, that was the part I missed.
Put the drum on the hub, then we bled them. They're working perfect. We got all the air out.
Great.
And now, just put the wheels on, and then when we get another little break, we'll do the other side with the other parts.
All right. Which, as far as this thing's gonna go, and you saw the brake pads before we started, the only reason we were doing it is because of this side having that leak.
No, that side's leaking.
Oh, it's leaking too?
It started leaking like a week or two later.
Well,
So they're both the same problem because of the age. Is getting to so we just
I
have
see.
to do it.
So it's not like I'm going to run the car all week long. I'm going to run to the grocery store and back. So
Grocery store runs, just use the front brakes in case somebody does something stupid. That's why we're doing it.
that's right.
If you need them, you gotta have them right.
So maybe I'll shoot some video for you of the other side when he gets to that.